Effects generators. Now, let's analyze my favorite folder that I often use. This is the Generate folder. As a rule, generators replace video, so you need to use some blank in order to use them. The blanks are made in new item Black Video Color Mate on the project panel, but in principle, some of these effects can be applied to the videos themselves. Black Video is just a black empty field. In After Effects, Color Mate is called some solid, any color field. But it doesn't matter what color we choose, because the generators replace the video completely. What do we have interesting from the effect generators? Firstly, it's a color gradient. This is a 4-color gradient, the color of which you can choose and arrange around the frame as you like. It can be used in many different situations. So, let's put it on top of a video. Choose fun or dramatic colors and use some blend noise. Or we can scroll with the mouse and view each overlay style for the desired result. The options vary. We can create highlights, paint over titles, etc. We have 4 points and we can paint them as we like. Next, we have such a fun effect as the cell pattern. And it's funny, because it creates a kind of cellular structure. The structure can be in form of balls, crystals, etc. You can change it at your own discretion. It has the offset parameter. You can give it dynamics. You can change the size of the cells, increase their spread and their shape. In principle, we can do much more with these generators in After Effects. For example, we need to do something simple, like using a cell pattern to animate titles with movement. Make them not static. To do this, we can set the evolution parameter that is measured in cycles. Let's make the first point equal to 0 and the second point equal to 2x. And then we apply an overlay style to the effect, such as color burn, to create some kind of composing solution. Here we can also change the size of the cells using size. We can come up with anything with this effect. It all depends on the imagination. The next generator effect is a checkerboard. We can move it, adjust its size, use it as an alpha mask, and animate it by setting 2 anchor parameter points. This effect generates a variety of cellular structure. You can change them in size form. Next, we see the circle effect. This is a completely useless thing. A circle appears in the center of a frame. In general, this is one of the incomprehensible things that has remained since ancient times. Grid is often used when you need to generate visual strings and simulate pixels. Let's say we set the border parameter to 1, size form, width slider, width 6, blend mode, screen, choose wide, and enable or disable the invert grid checkbox. In general, we can play with this function, but I have seen that this effect is used to simulate pixels. Although this effect can also be stretched horizontally, we will change size form to width and height sliders, increases the width to 230 and decreases the length to 7. If we edit animation, we will simulate interference. The following lens flare generator creates a glare and doesn't replace the video. We can also move it. For example, if we take a slightly off frame, we will get a ray of light that crosses the frame. This effect can be used as a transition. For example, it can be abruptly fly via frame. You just need to assign 3 points, swipe them through the screen and make both brightness and scale to the maximum in the center. The lightning effect is an outdated thing that used to look very cool, but now it has lost its relevance. It generates lightning from the first point to another. If you need to make old radon, for example, to create an effect of lightning out of ice, then this function will be useful to you. You can set many different segments and the amplitude. Another thing that is often used is the RAM. It is the only generator that has hardware acceleration. This generator simply fills the video with a gradient. You can set colors, choose a radial or usual linear gradient, and play around with the overlay style. For example, we apply a blend mode overlay on a video with a sky. It often happens when the sky is too bright. There are no details in the lights, and the earth is too dark. We don't see the details in the shades. A gradient can align such things. You can tweak the colors, adjust opacity, etc. to get the desired effect. The gradient may look different with one overlay or another. When we want to diversify our editing with something, we can use a gradient. Here is such a generator as WriteOn that should simulate writing text. But, in fact, it doesn't work. Such functions are better done with After Effects. We are done with generators. Next, we will look at keying.